Alright, so someone said on Reddit that this Maestri house scale was better, or they liked it better, than the fellow tally. So, I ended up getting a fellow tally, as well as the Maestri house one. So this one was cheap. I think it was like 40 Canadian dollars. This one I think sells for like 260 or something like that. I got it for less. Um, yeah, so expensive. Neither of them has Bluetooth. I kind of assumed or thought it had Bluetooth, but for the fellow one, anyway, this has a huge circular pad, looks like a record player, which is kind of cool. Oh, I still got the protective thing on there. It's got glass top, so similar to the iCape, which I guess the iCape one came out after. This is another cheaper scale, but more expensive than the Maestri House one. No Bluetooth. So I was looking for something basically to make pour overs. I don't know. I was gonna say easier, but maybe not easier. But I want the perfect pour over scale. So I don't really love messing with Bluetooth apps and stuff. Like this is the Heroya or Heroya Jimmy, and that one uses an app. Here, let me get in. So this one I don't mind using just because I have a phone, an extra phone, my brother's old phone dedicated to for like coffee apps. I used to use it for my what's it called? The roaster, Akawa, the Akawa roaster, not iCape. But now I sold that. It was nice, but expensive. And also very small batches, which I'm using it for like a home roaster, not a sample roaster really. So, yeah, ideally I want something bigger, but I want something similar because I did really like the workflow and how that thing worked. But yeah, it's a little annoying because like, let's say I'm doing like a 14-gram dose. I have to go through my recipes, not very well organized. Or I program in a new recipe. So like this is all the stuff I've programmed. So like I have mostly 12-gram things. So I have to look at it, see what I put in, or I can modify it. So yeah, we have the brew ratio, water volume. It tells you based on the brew ratio, or you can manually adjust everything. But yeah, so I also have to adjust the pauses, and I found if you don't put a long pause at the end, it will just stop, and then I'll never know like how long the drain down time was, and it will stop the timer. So I like to keep a long timer, and then if it takes a minute to draw down, then I stop it manually and hit done. So that works better, but that's something I had to manually figure out and program in for these recipes. I got to make sure I remember to put an extra step of waiting at the end. So that's the Heroya Jimmy. The neat thing about that is it has a magnetic and detachable head, so you can stick this on anything metal. It's got like a nice pad thing. My favorite part about this one is something that doesn't come. It doesn't come with it. I think my friend who sold me this, he said he had a hard time finding it. It's a rubber adhesive pad that just covers the whole amount of scale. So like the thing I didn't like about the Acaia Lunar is it has a little like floppy silicone thing that comes loose. I mean, it's easier to clean, but I mean, I just rubbed it with a damp paper towel, and it cleans off nicely. So yeah, I like that it doesn't come off, it doesn't flop around, it's just nice, soft, and grippy. It's not like putting when you're putting down a hard cup or a glass thing, it doesn't feel like, metal on metal, or metal on glass, as these two will be. The iCape one does come with a little silicone flappy thing, and I like that it has little ledges on it so that it kind of grips on the side, but it does still slide around up and down. The thing I like about this one is that it turns on nice and easy. It does have a pour over mode with whoops. Yeah, so it doesn't tell you your weight and your brew ratio at the same time in their pour over mode. So I don't love that. The espresso mug works pretty well. So ideally for espresso, like the Acaia Lunar was the best one. Like this one I had at the same time when I was really, I don't think I used, well, I haven't used these for espresso really. These two, they're more pour over sized. But this one, because I had it before I had the Lunar, I was using this for pour over, I mean for espresso. And I found the timer would get, like if I did this shot too slow or the pre-infusion had a couple drips and it stopped, it would throw off the timing and it would stop weighing, and that's a big problem when you're trying to weigh your total espresso shot and pay attention to the timing. It would mess up, I think, both. So with the Lunar, even when it messed up because I was doing a really weird shot that was flowing weird, which doesn't usually happen. I mean, the Lunar was better at being smart when you're brewing espresso, so that's why I like that one. Here, I'll show you it. So this is what I'm talking about if you've never seen one, but I'm sure you've probably seen one. And yeah, so this is the flappy thing that like doesn't even cover the whole thing. Like just could have made it so it's shaped better to cover the top of the thing, but there's an extra like centimeter. So anyway, I thought that was silly. I've only got one ledge that kind of grips on, and you can flip it to like weigh a portafilter. I think that's the idea. But yeah, whatever. But anyway, it's the best one for espresso, although these little Asian brand ones are catching up because this one does do a good job for espresso. I haven't used it as much, but it seems like it doesn't get confused and it does keep good track of the espresso shot, and it doesn't stop prematurely. And yeah, but for pour over, it only shows the brew ratio or the weight. I can't show both at the same time. The reason why I got these two is because I want it to show the brew ratio, and ideally I want it to show everything. So I want it to show the flow rate, which this does, as well as the brew ratio. So I haven't actually used this fellow tally for a pour over, for a real pour over yet. But I can already tell you, based on testing, I was throwing on the weights and doing a little bit of testing, like how it reacts, how it shows the. It's really smooth. Like the way it responds is like the smoothest I've seen. Like even this one's a really smooth scale, but like the numbers don't jump as smoothly. And also, I think it's because it has an OLED display. Yeah. So very nice and smooth. That gives it more of a premium feel. Let's get rid of this, if I can. How does this thing come off? It looks good even without the even with the plastic on. Do I have to remove? Oh, so another cool thing which I haven't experimented with. Oh, man, this is really, yeah. I might have to remove the whole the plate. So the thing I haven't experimented with is this apparently twists off for cleaning, so you can remove that whole top weighing plate. But like, I'm afraid I'm gonna put pressure on it and like break it, because like you're twisting. Like it didn't seem like it twisted off easy. Like I kind of tried, but I didn't want to do it too hard in case I was doing it wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna try again so I can get this plastic off. Yeah, so that works. So you just twist it, and then here's what it looks like underneath. So I'm guessing you have screws for recalibration, or like, I guess for taking it apart, which, yeah, I'm not gonna mess with. And this is supposed to be metal. It feels plasticky, and there's plastic on the inside. That's definitely plastic on the inside. It could be metal on the outside. It's supposed to be. It is non-magnetic, but yeah, I don't care. It feels like plastic to me. I can't tell the difference. I did not even realize the difference between this premium, or one of the differences between the premium Stag EKG Studio Pro has a metal button now versus plastic. So like, I never would have complained that the thing is plastic. Like, who cares? It feels the same to me. Yeah. As long as the knob works and it feels good, I don't give a crap. So, yeah, it's not gonna break. It's not like a wear item. Like, I don't know, it shouldn't be anyway. This one, yeah, it's supposed to be metal and glass, so I'm guessing this is also metal. But yeah, can't tell. So there we go. So yeah, this one has 3 buttons. This is also a button and a dial. So this is what you use to adjust the thing. Let me get it so it's not naked. It's feeling embarrassed right now. So yeah, it takes a little effort to get this thing on and off, which is fine. Just like you gotta twist it to lock it on, lock it off. This is to change brew modes. So I mean, basically this just, there's a timer mode, basic timer mode. It should start automatically. I don't know, but you can start, pause, and reset the timer. Pretty basic. The weight mode, I find it gives you a little more accuracy. Like it seemed to round. Here, I'll show you. So this is to tare. It says tearing. So yeah, with most of my scales, these 100-gram weights show 100.1. So I think it's actually 100.1. I think the weight is calibrated weirdly or badly. But yeah, both of my 100-gram weights. This is the Acaia one, yeah. So I don't know, is it 100.1? Because together they're 200.2. But if I go into coffee brew mode, so oh yeah, so in this mode, it just shows you the weight. That's it. I don't think this button does anything. Yeah, so I don't know what the point is of showing 200 milliliters or grams, because it's, I think, always the same thing. It's neat that you can switch between ounces and pounds and grams really quickly. So that way, instead of having to worry about getting you know, if you're weighing food or whatever, yeah, weigh it in ounces, weigh it in pounds, weigh it in grams. No math required. So that's pretty good. This thing can go up to 2.5 kilograms, which I think is heavier than, or at least 0.5 grams heavier than these other guys can weigh. So better for multi-use. You can also use it in the kitchen for weighing flour, or you know, a heavy pot filled with butter or whatever, for baking. Oh, yeah, so this. So yeah, brew assist mode I think is the main mode that most people are going to use. So you just put in your, so yeah, basically, here, let me get a 50-gram thing, or actually, oh yeah, so I want to show you. So when I put the 200 grams on there, it just shows 200, not 200.1. So maybe because it's not rounding to the 0.1, it's not really necessary until you start brewing. Even if you start brewing, it's probably not as necessary. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll give you an example of how it shows what's going on as you're brewing. Okay, so let's pretend I got 50 grams of coffee and I want to do a 1:3, a crazy brew ratio, and get 150. Yeah, so it tells you how much water you got to put. Since I have, oh wait, I have a, yeah, I have 200. Okay, let's do a 1:4. So we have 200 grams of weight, so we're going to add that. So I'm going to hit the start timer button to say we're starting. First 100 grams, the timer starts. I mean, ideally, I'd be pouring to simulate that. And then when you get to 200, it lights up bright to say, like, look, you're over your weight. And you can keep going. It doesn't stop the timer. It doesn't stop. Yeah, I wonder how it's going to work. Like, do I have to remove the, if I'm doing an actual pour, do I have to remove the thing before the timer stops? So yeah, that's something we'll have to experiment with the real pouring, find out how it works. But yeah, all it does is light up to say, like, hey, you're at your target. The thing I really liked about this one is even in silent mode, which maybe some people wouldn't like, so like this thing makes annoying beeps if you have it on beep mode, but you can turn that off so it never beeps when you press, like, you know, tear or change the timer or whatever. There's no beeping noises. So what this one does is, here, I'm going to add some weight to show, oh, I didn't do it right. So yeah, so you can see how, like, the numbers don't jump as smoothly. This one's like super smooth. It's hard to see with the, So yeah, I like the smoothness. It's not something you need, but it's just nice. Shows they have like a good processor and a fast display. It's OLED, same as the fellow studio kettle, but I think the resolution isn't quite as sharp. If I look very closely, I could see the pixels. Let me compare. Hold on. Yeah, definitely. So I think it's a little lower resolution than on their supposedly OLED. Yeah, I mean, here, compared, this is the regular one, so I don't know if there's water in this. Nope, no water, so better turn that off. But yeah, much nicer than the regular display, and higher resolution. But yeah, I think the resolution on this is a little sharper. Like if you look closely at the numbers, you're not going to see any pixels that easy. This one I could see like some pixels, but really it's a nice display, and I think that it's even less backlit than the other one. The other one I thought, yeah, you can see like the circular kind of glow. This one's just like integrated into the scale where it looks like there's no display, it just glows, which is really nice. So I do like the display. Maybe it could have been bigger. Like look at, yeah, you got some space there. They could have made the numbers bigger. So the thing I like, did I ever finish that sentence? The thing I like about this one is even when it's on silent mode, when you hit your target, your 1:15 or 1:16 brew ratio, it will beep. It will make a nice little, not like a beep, it's more like a chime noise. So I like that because even if you're not paying attention to the numbers and the display like very closely, you're pouring, you're just focusing on your pouring, it will beep and say like, hey, you reached your target with a nice little chime. So I kind of want the option of this to beep. Like that should be an option that you can configure. Unfortunately, I don't think there's an app. I couldn't find, I'm gonna have to look through, actually no, I looked through the manual. I didn't see anything about, advanced settings, which is surprising because the Jimmy has advanced settings mostly through software, but I think you can access it through there. The Acaia Lunar, you can access all the settings. There's too many settings, but it's good. Most of the cheaper scales like this do not have settings. I don't think there's a settings on there, but they hopefully work the way you want them to, and you don't need to configure anything. Ideally. So this one's pretty good. Someone was complaining like the buttons are not nice on this, but like the switch feels okay. It's not like the tear button, it's a little mushy. I could see why they'd complain and say like, oh, this is better, but like this also has no feel. Like it's not a physical button, I don't think. But yeah, I like the scale. I could see why, like for the money, for the value for the money, like you don't need to get this. And the other thing, the other thing this one has, the Maestri House one that the Tally does not, is a flow meter. So like this will, I don't know how useful it is because it's like the numbers jumping around all over. It's not smoothed out. It's like, so it will show you like 4.5, 5.2 milliliters a second, however fast you're pouring as you're pouring it. So it's good. It shows like here. So you hold this to set your brew ratio. Right now it's set to, so I'll start. Oh, it might not because it thinks there's nothing on the scale. So we gotta start the timer. So it thinks there's 100 grams of coffee, and then the brew ratio is gonna be like, I'd have to brew like a pound of, So here you can see the flow rate is on, so like it might look confusing, especially with the numbers jumping around like that, but if I wasn't just pushing on the scale, you'll see like this is the main way it grows as you're pouring, as expected. This is the time. This is your brew ratio, which updates as you're brewing. Same as this. As you're brewing, it will update the brew ratio. Or wait, will it? No, it won't. It just has a target. So, yeah, so a little different. It will just show you your target goal. It calculates your brew ratio how much you need to pour based on your brew ratio, and tells you when you're at your target. So that makes it easy without having to do math. I can quickly decide between, you know, do I want to try a 1 to 14 or a 1 to 16 or a 1 to 17 brew ratio, just by, here, how do I reset it? Hold this, yep. So here, we'll set it back to a normal. I'm gonna do 1 to 16, and yeah, that's it. I just need to put the coffee in and then press the tare button or the start timer button, and then I think it goes, or it just pour. I don't know. Let's find out. Yeah, this one I know I need to start the timer button in order for it to like start calculating, and it tells you the brew ratio as you're going over here, and then this is the flow rate, which will usually be around 5 for me, 4 to 5 milliliters a second. But like it's jumping around all over because like maybe I'm not pouring 100% steady, or it's just not so accurate that it. But I think it's more like a setting, like yeah, I think on the Jimmy it has a flow rate thing that you can watch the flow rate, but that's only through the app. So yeah, and it's only through a certain mode, I think. Yeah, it doesn't. There's like a training mode where you can play a game and try and like get an accurate, like try and see how consistently you can pour 5 milliliters a second. That's like a nice little bonus feature in the Acaia, not the Acaia, the Jimmy, the Heroya Jimmy through their app. So that's kind of a neat little bonus that I haven't seen on any other scales, including the Acaia Lunar. I haven't had the Acaia Pearl, which is more pour-over oriented. I haven't played around with that too much, but it seems more plasticky and cheap, which actually is reflected in the price because it is cheaper than the Lunar. And it's also really big, but I guess it's probably around the same size as this. But yeah, it is more pour-over oriented, not for espresso, but I think it still has an espresso mode, just like this one still has a pour-over mode. And it they actually updated it so that the pour-over mode works nicely. And it has a flow rate meter, which just tells you, like, yeah. So like it just has dots. So it's like, what does the dot mean? I need to know that each dot is a half a milliliter, and then I gotta calculate how many dots that is. So yeah, anyway, fit and finish, like this is a really nice looking scale, and it reminds me of like a turntable from old turntable. Yeah, that goes nicely with my my other glass things. I don't know, I got too many scales. Which one should I sell? Which one should I keep? I like this one just because, like, for weighing coffee, all I gotta do is put something down on it and it'll turn itself on. So like, as long as it hasn't been more than 24 hours and it turns off, and then you have to flick the switch, which is annoying because the switch is indented. So it's like, I like that one for like quickly just being able to weigh coffee. And like the Acaia, it's annoying because like to switch modes you gotta press and hold. So like I would just want to keep this on espresso mode. Wait, am I even doing this right? Yeah, it's this button. See, like I don't even remember how to do it anymore. There's too many scales. So you gotta press and hold, go back to the, I only have like 3 modes enabled, so it's quicker to go through all of them, but like still, I don't want to press and hold things. I like that the mode on this, you just hit mode. Wait, do you? Is it, oh, no, wait, how do I do this? Oh, I think there's only like 1 mode on this thing. Oh no, there's not. Oh, yeah, press and hold, so yeah, same thing. I don't know why, like, why do I have to press and hold? There's only like, there's a specific button. This button only does one thing. I shouldn't have to press and hold. But yeah, for this one, the modes aren't really as useful. I mean, I guess it's, yeah, I don't know. There's not really much modes. I just say, basically, this is how you use it. Unless you want to convert your weights, then you go to the weight mode, and now you can say, you can choose between different, but Brew Assist is where it's at. That's where you want to be most of the time. Press and hold to turn off, which is fine. I just don't like when you have to press and hold to turn things on, or press and hold to switch modes. So let's see how long. Yeah, pretty quick. Is it faster or slower than this one? Oh shit, I accidentally turned it on, so I can't, yeah. I think it's faster than the, so it's probably faster than my Lunar, which is, I think about the same speed as this. Yeah, I think it was like pretty much exactly the same speed. Hold on, let's try it. Yeah, it's about the same speed. I don't know. Did I press them at the same time? Oh yeah, double tap to turn off, which I don't know. I'd rather double tap to change modes, but whatever. Press and hold. All right. Yeah, same speed. My friend's Acaia Lunar, which has a newer model number, is faster to boot up, like noticeably faster. So, yeah, I think if you get a new Acaia Lunar, it will probably start faster than this scale. But mine, which isn't like the old model, it's still the plus 2021 model. But if you look at the back, there's like a AC AL008. I think they also have like AC0 or AL0010 or whatever. So yeah, my friend had the 10 version. Maybe they have even like 11 now. I don't know, but yeah, my 8 is a little older and slower. So a little annoying, same model. Like I guess it's nice that they're updating their processor on there, making it faster or whatever. But like it's kind of a not advertised feature, and yeah, mine is different than my friend's, and we paid the same price probably. So, although I did get it on sale, but still tempted to just sell it and buy a new one and lose some money. But yeah, probably don't need to, especially with all these frickin' scales, and this isn't even all of them. All right, here's all my scales. Actually, I do have one more that's put away somewhere. So this is the Mischief version, which is pretty much just about a sticker on there. Pretty much like it looks exactly the same, it feels the same, but it is a little different than the Acaia Lunar in its functionality. It does have a sort of flow meter as well. I don't know if that works as well. And this one was a $10 scale I got from Amazon. I think it's Weighman. I think it's or American Weights or something like that, or was it a Weighman? But anyway, this is the only one that can do. It's only 500 gram capacity, but it's the only one that can do 0.01. I don't know how accurate the 0.01 is, but yeah, I think it gives me a better idea, because like the Acaia Lunar, it has a 0.01 mode where it can show down to the 0.01. However, yeah, if you look at their manual, it says basically it's only accurate to 0.1. So like it kind of gives you a little more information. You can tell if it's like, you know, closer to 1.4, you know, 0.14 or 0.16. You can, you know, instead of having it round up for you, you can tell, you know, how close it is to the bigger number. Does that make sense? Well, whatever. You get it. Hopefully you get it. So yeah, so like when I'm weighing, when I'm adding minerals to my water, I'll like put the minerals on there, and then I'll take it off the scale. Right now I think the battery's dead. It uses a couple AAs or AAAs, which is annoying. So it's like, yeah. Yeah, so I use rechargeable AAAs, which I think are really old, so they're not doing so well. Gotta get new ones, which is annoying. Yeah, the lithium batteries seem to last a long time. I think the oldest scale I have is the Heroya Jimmy, and I think I noticed like the battery's dying a little sooner than it used to, but I think it's still good. Still lasts a long time. But yeah, maybe charging it more often than I used to. So yeah, like these are sort of 0.01. I just don't trust them. I kind of trust this one, this cheap one, more than I trust the Lunar for its you know, down to the 0.1 accuracy, which is kind of sad considering the price difference. This was like I don't know, $20, $30 back in the day. And I think you could still get this one too. I've seen it on Amazon. Just forget what it's called. Yeah, so I mean, I do like This one turns on relatively quick. I mean, it's a little slow. But yeah, I like this thing just based on its smoothness, its looks, the functionality of quickly finding out what the brew ratio should be, and I mean the weight should be based on the desired brew ratio. Yeah, it seems neat. I just wish it had a beep, and then that one, I don't know. What's my main complaint about it? It's all busy on the display. The flow rate thing might not be so accurate, but like yeah, it works. It's fine. The workflow maybe isn't quite as actually. You know what? I think setting the brew ratio, you gotta like press and hold it to save. I mean to change the brew ratio, which is a little annoying. Oh, I think I changed the mode. That's why. Pressing and holding is annoying, but whatever. Yeah, I think this one I'm just gonna have it on pour over mode, and you don't have to set the brew ratio all the time. So it goes up to, what was it, 117? 17, 18. 18 is the max. I'm gonna keep it on 1 to 16. And yeah, I don't think you have to set it all the time. It remembers the last setting, so that's good. And this one, the maximum, you can go up to 1 to 20. So if you want to do a really watered down or really over extracted, and it does 0.5 increments, which is good. But yeah, I don't know if you ever want to do a 1 to 20 ratio. And you can go down to 1 to 1. Which I guess you can use for espresso. 1 to 60. All right, I'm gonna brew a coffee. I think I'm overdue now.